Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at this right here. Now, this is the KZ ZSN, and we have it in two variants. We have it in the 3.5 millimeter, and we have it in the USB-C. Now, it comes in either 3.5 millimeter no mic, 3.5 millimeter mic, which is what I have, and the Type C DSP model with the microphone. So for the majority of the review, we're going to be talking about basically this setup, but I did use the regular cable on it. I think I actually have that on the other one right now. This is the regular cable that you would get with the Type 3. It's on the Duonic right now. So I'm going to put that off to the side. I really hate. What I did after I tested this was I had this nice KZ style cable from K-Bear. I have a lot of K-Bear and Tri cables, and I use that. I also recommend their tips. They have some nice tips. The Clarion tips, wide bore. Now this does come with these tips right here. It's kind of a mushy star tip, a little bit wider bore than the standard star tip. For some reason I only had two sizes in my package. If you get it, let me know if you got three. I got large and small, which is weird, no medium. But that's okay because they were mushy, so actually going up to large was actually better for me anyway. Comes with the little tool. We'll go over the positioning right here. As you can see, the tuning instructions. One up, so you can increase the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different tuning options, either off, on, all on, and then you can do different variants of that depending on how much treble, how much bass you want to have with the device. Mostly I'm just going to be talking about how it sounds with the stock tuning. Obviously you can give or take a little bit with the decibels. Let's look at the cable. It is interesting. It's unique. I actually have this same DAC in a standalone DAC, so it is mildly warm, but it is mostly on a brighter, crisper side with a little warmth in the lower mid-range and bass. We just did recently the microphone test, because this is a little bit different style microphone than the original one that I just showed you. As you can see, it looks a little bit different. The cable, you know, it's the cable. This one actually feels a little bit more flexible and less just obnoxious compared to the original. Looking at the shell, it is that nice kind of blackish color, so it won't attract fingerprints that much. There's your switches. I don't know if I showed you, you get the switching tool with it, which is kind of like a sim tool. So that design, that obviously looks very familiar. Move the microphone over just a little bit. For those of you who follow KZ products, obviously, it looks extremely similar to the Zenith, and there's good reason for this. It is a more gamer-tuned, not so much improved, but version of the Zenith. Surprisingly, the Zenith feels a little bit heavier in the hand, so whatever metal material this is made out of, it feels a little bit lighter. So very, very similar. Let's look at the switches on the Zenith. It's very similar. The faceplate obviously almost exactly the same. This is a little bit wider with the KZ logo on it, whether you like that or not. And obviously the Zenith came with, you know, the cable and a whole bunch of tips and foamies and a nice case. So what is the difference between this besides not coming with the nice accessories? This, like I said, is tuned more toward gaming. So what you're getting with this is We'll go over the specs in just a second too before we go. It's warm. It has a very, very spacious soundstage. Very good and accurate imaging. Very wide, has a good height, has a good depth to it as well. Getting into like the bass wise, there is a nice kind of solid, fast, punchy bass with some warmth in the lower mid-range. The mids are very, very lush but clear. They have a kind of a forwardish ness to them, but not, so much in your face forward as, where they should be. Like if you were really close to the stage. Overall, the treble has a nice sparkle and air to it. Very crisp details there as well. And just overall, anything that you could say about the Zenith, built upon the Zenith, what people have said about the Zenith, maybe not as deep sub bass with this, but it's still punchy and it's prominent, and it depends on what you're listening to, and it depends on what level you have the switches. You build upon that, add more soundstage, make it even more immersive, a little bit more crispness in the highs, not Christmas. I'm trying to do this review with people like pounding above me. Anyway, so that said, it sounds really, really good for the intended thing. Me personally, I could care less about gaming in-ears. I game. I'd rather use, just a good pair of in-ears. You don't have to specifically tune something for that. But these work well for music as well, so I can't complain there. I hate the tips. The cable is the cable. Like it, love it, hate it. Not my favorite cable. I always immediately take the KZ cables off and switch them off with something else when I start using them for myself. But this one has the microphone and the DSP, so I'm probably going to make an exception for this and use this for gaming with the Switch maybe, or something like that, because it does a good job at what it's supposed to do. It is immersive. First-person shooters sound good, and RPGs has a nice atmospheric kind of sound to it overall, so I think that it works well with that. So let's go over some of the cymbal specs here. 0.78 2-pin connector. It's nice to see them move away from that 7.5, because everybody else uses 7.8 just about. 20 to 40 kilohertz, 41 ohms, and 128 decibels of sensitivity. So this will drive it. It'll scale depending on what you're using it with. I know I've used it with the big guy, and I know I've used it with the R2R, which sounds really good in the R2Rs. I have the other R2R over here, this guy right here. I don't know, I just like the sound of the R2R DACs. I have 1, 2, 3, I think I have like 4 of them. Sounds good on the hip DAC, sound good on a lot of different things that I had. So if you're not a fan of KZ, obviously you're not going to like anything they have. But this one is really, really good details on it overall. Really, really nice sound stage. Not an overpowering bass, but plenty of bass to be enjoyed. And like I said, the mid-range is kind of clear, a little warmth, a little brightness on each end. So it's very nice. Did a good job with this. It does its purpose well. Gonna hit that 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna let you go. Just wanted to show you the new KZ Phantom. It's a pretty good gaming in-ear. If you're looking for a gaming in-ear, or you're just looking for something that has an immersive sound stage and some nice details for not a lot of money, this one is definitely something to check out. If you're listening to more music-wise, I would suggest getting the 3.5 millimeter. If you're into the gaming, then the DSP model would be really, really good. There's different modes on the DSP. By pressing the button there, you can go in, you can increase the bass as well. So you can make this really bassy. Not bass head quality, but bassy. Thank you again for watching. Be safe, and this has been the KZ Phantom.